Hey guys, Christy All, Psychic in the Wild here. I want to talk about what does it mean to develop your intuition? What does that look like exactly? Well, martial arts are near and dear to my heart, as some of you may know. And so I thought it appropriate to draw the analogy between developing skills in martial arts and developing skill and trust in your intuition. So, when you start out in martial arts, you really start from a place of foundation. We want to build the foundation of having strong, stable stances that then allow us to use power and extension, and then eventually speed. So in intuition, what we use as our foundation, right, are the things that help us get into our body. So we want to employ meditation. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a sitting meditation. You can be walking meditation. You can walk outside barefoot if the environment is conducive to that. That helps us ground into our body and really feel fully present. This is at the essence one of the most important aspects of using your intuition. If you're constantly in your head or you're constantly thinking of the future or the past, that makes it a little difficult for spirit to be able to get in touch with you and give you the information that you may be asking for. So by meditating and being grounded, excellent foundation for starting that development. And like any skill, right, we want to develop sort of this muscle memory of sorts. Same thing in developing your intuition. The more that you use it, the more comfortable you feel in using it, and then you can build upon those foundation aspects. So in Kung Fu, when you are building upon your stances, then you move on to more basics that actually incorporate movement. So we're talking about punches and blocks and kicks. So in translating that, we could then start to build upon your foundation and employ tools like oracle cards, pendulums. These tools help us to really get out of our head and more into the flow of connection with spirit. And by employing those tools, that really creates some space so that you can connect with spirit more readily. And another big one as far as developing those tools is boundaries. So you have your foundation, and boundaries are imperative, especially if you are an empath like me, right? Where we are just feeling all the things. So boundaries are super important. So we want to make sure that we create those good energetic boundaries so that we don't feel like we're being put upon by other people or just the universe can feel that way. The world, the outside world can really make us feel like we're being put upon. And so those boundaries help with that. So then we move to the next phase. Then we start to, in Kung Fu, we start to develop these combinations where we build upon those basics. And suddenly it starts to look more art-like than martial-like, meaning we're creating this flow. So in those combinations, it could be a block, a punch, a kick, maybe another punch, right? So we're starting to develop this cohesiveness in our movements. Same thing with intuition. We create a cohesiveness in our development. So we have good boundaries, we're grounded, and now we're using in combination with that our tools, our oracle cards, our pendulums, maybe tarot. Whatever tool appeals to you is where we get to then work in combination. So we get to be more familiar with those tools, and that by becoming more familiar, it becomes more comfortable, and there starts to feel like an ease in the use of these tools. And that's where it really starts to open the door even wider for spirit to come in and communicate answers and information to you. So then even further down the road, Kung Fu, now we're stringing together much larger combinations into these amazing forms where you can see little snippets of the smaller, um, like self-defense techniques in each form, but they're all chained together. And it creates this story of sorts that you tell through your martial arts. So in intuition, we create these longer relationships, these longer bouts of connection with spirit that creates the story. So we develop this relationship with spirit, and now suddenly instead of one word, two words, maybe a color or a picture, now spirit, your connection has developed so much that now you're getting full sentences, you're getting stories, you're getting history, and there's much more communication happening there, and your skill level is up. So when that higher communication level occurs, that boosts your confidence because all along the way, you've been practicing the basics, you've been practicing your foundation, right? You're becoming more comfortable, more confident in the tools that you're using, and then it is suddenly second nature. So then you're using your intuition in your everyday life to make decisions. What once you were only, oh, here and there, oh, should I go this way to work or that way to work? Should I choose this outfit or that outfit? Should I stop and get coffee today? Should I not? Small decisions, creating an opportunity for spirit to give you an answer, and then working up to that story, that conversation with spirit. So that totally made sense to me when I was talking with my coach about, what does it mean to really develop your intuition? What does that even look like? And immediately I was like, we were talking about, running the marathon, but martial arts immediately popped into my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, like you have to start from somewhere. And by starting with those small things, punches, blocks, kicks, boundaries, oracle cards, pendulums, right? Then it becomes more familiar, much more comfortable. And like I said, you build confidence, consistency, and really you're in flow, and spirit is able to connect with you so much more easily. So I thought I'd share that little tidbit with you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.